I know one can get apprehensive when it comes to issues of tax. Well, I can't blame you. I used to be just like that myself until a friend of mine told me about the Know Your Tax Workshop. Join us for the 2020 Know Your Tax Workshop, organized by Insight Partners Africa and the Zambia Revenue Authority. This year, we will be at the Taj Pamosi Hotel from the 27th to the 28th of February 2020. Facilitators include Christy Badenhorst, a tax expert from South Africa, who will cover tax planning for your business. For the full course outline, go to www.insightpartnersafrica.com. To register, call Thelma on 0211 297 050 or 0977 445 604 or email Thelma at insightpartnersafrica.com. Registration closes on the 24th of February 2020. Know your tax. Don't stress.
Good evening and welcome to the Ndalama Insights Business Show. I hope you had a fabulous day and I'm so glad you could join us today. My name is Mukonkela from Insight Partners Africa, and every week I discuss issues that affect your business with different experts and entrepreneurs. Regardless of what level of growth your business is at, the Ndalama Insights is the business show designed with you in mind. Joining me today is Mwaba Ngenda. She is a personal finance educator and banker at Standard Chartered Bank. Mwaba, good evening and welcome to the Ndalama Insights Business Show.
Good evening, Mukonki. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. I'm very privileged to engage with different business owners at different levels of growth, starting from micro to large companies. And I can tell you that these are very busy people. Many times they just don't have enough time, and one area they actually complain about is staying on top of their record keeping receipts and invoices and all of that. And it's no wonder that Arnold Zimba, who runs a printing and stationery shop in Lusaka, is asking why he should keep business records. So let's start with the basics. What is record keeping?
Okay, so record keeping is the process of taking note of any financial transaction that occurs within your business. So as little as the receipts that are so hard to track and keep, salaries that you're paying out, your taxes, and all other regulatory requirements. So basically, record keeping is simply keeping track of all those financials that you need to take care of. So this would include your everyday sales. For instance, if you're a small business owner and you run a shop in a market, your everyday sales that you record, your expenses on that day, as little as the thing you take away or the money you take away for your lunch on that day. So it's critical for you to track all those expenses, the income. If somebody has gotten something from you on credit, track how much it is that person is owing you, how much they've paid so far. Yeah, so that's what record keeping is.
Okay, can you please give us examples of what records a business owner should keep?
Okay, so starting with receipts, for everything that you pay out, you should get a receipt for that. For every service that you pay for, get a receipt. Every person that you pay, have an agreement, let them sign to say they've received X amount of money from you on such and such a day, and for what it is that you have paid them for. Apart from receipts, you could also keep invoices. You could also keep records of your pay slips or salaries that you've paid out. And for larger businesses, they would already have systems that work around this. But if you're a small business or a micro business, a marketeer, it is important to write down what it is that you pay out as your salaries, because most people would have one or two people that are working for them. So write down what you are paying. If you've decided to pay your employees a bonus, write it down as well. Yeah.
There are quite a number of business owners that say, I don't keep records, but I can remember it. It's in my head. It's written in my head. I know what clients I've sold on credits to. And at times they face difficulties because they cannot recover all the money that they sold on credit, for example, from their debtors, and that becomes an issue for cash flow for the business. What good record keeping practices would you encourage Arnold should adopt in his business?
Okay, so for people that think you will remember, there's a saying that goes, the shortest pencil is longer than your memory. So even if your pencil is 2 centimeters long, just get a book, write it down. And now life has become so easy. There's so many different apps that are available for you as a small business owner. So in terms of what Arnold can adopt, simple things like a book, the regular hardcover books. Have one for your cash sales, have one for your credit sales, have one for payments or expenses that you're making of the business, have one for salaries, and then from time to time review those transactions, because they also say a lot about what your business, where your business is at. And then in the long run also they'll help you in terms of the growth of the business. So simple cash books, applications, an expense book, an invoice book, the receipt book, and credit sales book, all those are important to have.
Okay, now how long do you think business records should be kept for?
So it depends on the type of record. So for instance, for your cash sales, you want to have all your cash sales from January to December, because then you're going to wrap up the year, know what your business has performed like in that past year, and then move on or plan for the next year. So for taxes also, every category has sort of a lifespan that you are required to keep the records for. So I know it's difficult now, especially if you're writing it down or keeping books, but you could move to being paperless. Have systems. There are a number of softwares that are available now for small businesses also to use and to take advantage of. You'll find there's slots for your invoices, for your payouts, for your receipts, and all those kinds of things. So if you are in doubt about how many books you would have kept from the start of the year to the end of the year, you could give yourself a period to say every quarter we'll move our records onto this system. Or if the system is very friendly for you, depending on which one you use, you could develop it for your day-to-day use so that you don't need to transfer information from one way of keeping records to the next.
Okay, now coming back to tax requirements, I think for small businesses, those that are under turnover tax, it is actually a legal requirement that they keep records for a minimum of 6 years.
Okay.
So that is the legal requirement.
I was going to say 7. I'm happy you are here.
And if you don't, I think it's good to know that there are actually penalties because, yes, ZRA might not be visiting you now, but they might come and they will need to see those records from as far back as when your business started, or at least the past 6 years. So it's very important to keep that in mind. Now, keeping good records for your business is important. However, it's not just about, the act of storing records and keeping that data. We're going to take a break, and after the break, I want us to look at what are the benefits. Why do you have to do this? What benefits do you draw from actually keeping good records for your business? Let's take a break.
I know one can get apprehensive when it comes to issues of tax. Well, I can't blame you. I used to be just like that myself until a friend of mine told me about the Know Your Tax Workshop. Join us for the 2020 Know Your Tax Workshop, organized by Insight Partners Africa and the Zambia Revenue Authority. This year, we will be at the Taj Bamosi Hotel from the 27th to the 28th of February 2020. Facilitators include Christy Badenhorst, a tax expert from South Africa, who will cover tax planning for your business. For the full course outline, go to www.insightpartnersafrica.com. To register, call Thelma on 0211 297 050 or 0977 445 604 or email thelma@insightpartnersafrica.com. Registration closes on the 24th of February 2020. Know your tax. Don't stress.
Welcome back, and thanks for still sticking around. I'm Mukonki, and I am with Mwaba Ngenda, a banker and personal finance educator. Mwaba is also a recipient of the 2019 Bank of Zambia Governors Award for individual contribution to financial education in Zambia. Well done for that, Mwaba.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for me it's actually very encouraging to see many women participating in financial education, and I'm so happy that you've taken up this role.
Thank you.
Yeah. Record keeping is not merely about legal requirements or just the habit of keeping records for the sake of it. Record keeping is also about drawing benefit and value in terms of understanding your business now and also in the future. So let's take a look at the importance of record keeping in 3 major areas. And the first one I want us to look at is in the area of understanding your customers. So what is the value of keeping records in terms of helping you to understand your customers?
Okay, so especially if your business is in the startup phase, you are still trying to see what products or what services are going to work for which clientele and your client segmentation. So when you keep your records, you're able to tell which of your services sell faster or which ones are people more eager to pay for, which of your products sell quicker, for instance, if you have a store or a shop, which ones of your products have stay for a long time after you've stocked up that product. So then you're able to make good business strategies to say, I will buy 60% of this, 40% of this, because this gives me more income on a day-to-day basis, or more cash flow comes from this certain product or service. So it really, really helps you understand what your clients' needs are, because at the end of the day, in business, to bring a solution to your clients or your customers. So you provide a better solution once you understand what it is that your clients need.
That's very great. The second area is understanding profitability of your business. How does record keeping help a business to understand their profitability, and why is that very important?
Okay, so for each business, there's a cost to a service you're offering, there's a cost to a product that you are selling. And that cost is usually arrived at the certain things that you have to put in. So the easiest example is if you are a product-based business, maybe you own a store, a clothing line, or such an entity. You will need, when you keep accurate records, you're able to tell how much your order price was at, how much your selling price is, how much other costs that you incurred in order for you to deliver that dress or that suit to your client. And then from then you're able to tell how much profit you've made. So people would think it's easy to calculate your profit because you say, I bought this at X amount, I'm selling it at this, so my profit is this. But you'll find there are other hidden costs. Maybe you had to deliver that suit or that dress. Maybe you had to take it to the laundry and have it really well done and presentable. So there are other hidden costs that would come in. And once you keep records to say, I bought this suit and I sent it to the laundry for this amount, I'm delivering it, I'm spending an approximate of X amount for the transportation, then you are going to accurately price your product, and then you will understand what your profit is from that. So it's essential to keep every record. Yeah,
it is. Oftentimes, with my interaction with different business owners, most of them just have that gut feeling that we are making a profit. Recently, I was in Solwezi and I was asking a group of micro entrepreneurs, how do they know they're making a profit? And one response I got was, if I can sleep at night, then I know everything is okay in my business. So that's how they know that they're making a profit. But then very important to know that sometimes cash does not equal to profit. You might actually be operating at a loss and have a lot of cash.
Yes.
So it really is not the same thing. Having money in the bank or cash at hand doesn't mean that you're actually profitable. Let's look at the third and final area, which is how does record keeping help you to understand your personal finances from your business finances, and for you to be able to distinguish the two?
Okay, and this is also a very important area actually. So it is important from the onset to separate yourself from the business, and to separate your individual costs from your business costs. So when you keep records for your business, even the day that you take away 100 kwacha from your business, you keep a record of that 100 kwacha, knowing that you owe your business money. Or when you take 100 kwacha from your personal money to finance a business cost, you will know that your business owes you 100 kwacha. So when you clearly separate your business money from your personal finances, even your individual costs are not affected. So for small businesses, especially when you are starting out, you will find that you put in a lot of your own money before the business can really start to thrive. And that's when it's important to clearly define. So when my business gets to this level, I'll begin to pay myself a salary, or I'll get X amount every month or every quarter from my business. And then my business costs are these costs because you've been keeping the records, and your personal expenses also, you know what they look like. So it's very important to form that distinction from the onset. And it's easy also to mix the two, especially if it's small amounts of money. Maybe your business needs 300 kwacha. You put it into the business, you forget about it. But there's a risk of straining yourself, first of all, as the business owner, and straining your business.
Thank you so much, Mwaba. As we conclude, what is your final word to Arnold Zimba on the importance of keeping good business records?
Okay, my word to Arnold Zimba is not to be reactive, but to be proactive with your record management in the business, especially if you're in business for the long term and you want to scale up your business to a larger scale, a bigger corporate in Zambia. It's important that you begin to practice this now, early on in your business. Keep records of every financial transaction. Separate your business finances from your personal finances as well. And the benefits are many. So you will be able to clearly define what your business expenses or your income for the business is. Yeah.
Dear listener, we've come to the end of today's episode of the Ndalama Insights Business Show. The main insights from today's program have been there are different ways you can actually manage your records. Mwaba mentioned manual books. You can use a hardcover book. So that's a manual way of maintaining your records. You could also use online software. So there are different platforms that are now available that you can take advantage of. And you should also learn to review your business transactions and learn what they are telling you about your business. I always say business transactions actually tell a story about your business. And it's a story that anyone can come in and read through your numbers. You don't even have to explain that story to
Absolutely,
anyone.
yeah.
They can pick up a set of financials and actually understand what your story really is. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's show and are still craving for more business insights, head over to www.insightpartnersafrica.com to gain access to our podcasts, and you can also listen to more discussions and content like this one. And take note of next week's episode, where we will be discussing the course overview of the Know Your Tax 2020 for Copper Belt. Yeah, so don't miss this. Thank you so much.
I know one can get apprehensive when it comes to issues of tax. Well, I can't blame you. I used to be just like that myself until a friend of mine told me about the Know Your Tax Workshop. Join us for the 2020 Know Your Tax Workshop, organized by Insight Partners Africa and the Zambia Revenue Authority. This year, we will be at the Taj Pamosi Hotel from the 27th to the 28th of February 2020. Facilitators include Christy Badenhorst, a tax expert from South Africa, who will cover tax planning for your business. For the full course outline, go to www.insightpartnersafrica.com. To register, call Thelma on 0211 297 050 or 0977 445 604 or email thelma@insightpartnersafrica.com. Registration closes on the 24th of February 2020. Know your tax. Don't stress.